Good morning. Thank you guys for being with me. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for having us.
Who do I have here joining me?
Scott Katz.
Scott Katz?
Yes.
The Scott
The Scott
Katz.
Katz. The Hebrew Hammond.
Hebrew, that's right.
That's it.
We got a lot going on there. And
I'm Tiffany Taylor. I'm Development Events for Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center.
thank you guys so much for joining me. I want to thank Cohash for letting me use this wonderful room. Tell me more about the speech and therapy here in Central Florida.
Sure. So Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center is located right here in Lakeland, but our reach is so far beyond that. So we serve patients in Polk County, Hardy, Highlands, even into some of our periphery counties, because we understand that communication is key. And so with the center, children, and really I say children, but patients of all ages. We see patients from 6 months all the way to, I think our oldest patient on record is like 106.
Wow.
So we see the whole gamut, because I think oftentimes we think of maybe kids that are in elementary school that are in speech therapy, right?
Developing.
Right, correct. Or we think of seniors that have hearing loss, and we treat that. But really, speech and hearing runs the gamut, right? It can affect anyone at any age. So we focus a lot on children because we know that prevention is key. So if you get in early while they are in those developmental years, it makes such a huge difference in their life. So I get asked the question a lot. I've been working with Central Florida Speech and Hearing for several years now. I got involved in about 2017. And you always get that question of, well, why are you involved? Why does it matter? Why are you passionate about this event? And the center. And the thing that really resonated with me, I have a 7-year-old son now, and he communicates very well. He speaks very well, sometimes too well. I'm going to have a handful, but it's just wonderful. And I think, what would my life be like if I couldn't hear Logan tell me, Mommy, I love you? Or if I couldn't say it back to him, if he couldn't hear me say it. So we see those videos a lot online, that the baby hearing mom speak for the first
The
time.
cochlear implant?
Yes. And we get to really drive that change. We get to help these kids that otherwise wouldn't have access to therapy. So to give you an idea, we see about 230 children a week, with another 145 on our waiting list.
Are you serious?
Yes. And above and beyond that, 90% of those kids require subsidized funding, or they wouldn't have access to therapy. They're uninsured, they're underinsured, they're from homes that are at or below the poverty line. They would not be able to afford or access this care were it not for Central Florida Speech and Hearing.
And it makes such a difference for the rest of their life.
It does. It really, really does. And so as you progress in life too, for our adults and seniors, hearing is tied to so much more, right? I mean, we talk about inner ear trouble a lot. You can, you're more likely to fall if you have any hearing troubles. You're more at risk for certain diseases. Like it's more than just that. What?
Talk louder, talk louder.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so we really try to focus on all the patients and helping as many people as we can, because we are essentially their last stop in some points, because they wouldn't be able to get it elsewhere.
That is fantastic. And so they've been around a while.
Decades.
And they've had a lot of the community support them for years and years and years.
We are very, very blessed. We have a lot of friends and donors to the center. We have been doing Mr. Central Florida. So we started this in 2000. Let's see. Let me count back. This is our 11th year.
11th?
So yes, it's our 11th year. I believe 2012 was our first year. I won't do the math on that because I will mess it up. Words, communication, not math is my strong suit. But we do this event every year for 2 reasons. One, obviously, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. We can't do what we do without the generosity of others. So we do it to raise funds, but we also do it to raise awareness and to raise friends, because as many years as we've been around, there are still people that don't know about the center, don't know about the event, and don't really know what we do. There are people that drive past our building on Lakeland Highlands every single day, and it's like, oh yeah, you could get hearing aids there. Sure, absolutely you can, but there's so much more to it than that. And so we really like to do events like this that are a lot of fun, and we get to raise awareness, and we get the distinct pleasure of meeting new gentlemen every year that are nominated for Mr. Central Florida, like this one here on my right. Yes.
Scott, the man. That is fantastic, because I was unaware I've been here 20 some years and I was unaware. So you never pay attention until it actually comes to you and you see it. Someone brings that to your attention.
Right, and that's what we want. We want the awareness there because, for one, like we said, we rely on the generosity of donors, right? So that's a key element, but also we want you to know because a lot of times people don't know about us until they need us, right? And so we want to be that resource so that if something happens with you or with a family member, we're the first person you think of. And you say, hey, Central Florida Speech and Hearing Center, let's go there, let's talk to them. A lot of times it's just that you need the roadmap. You don't know where to go. You're facing this new problem. What do I do? And especially with our parents. I mean, you think of you're raising your child and all of a sudden you're realizing like something's missing here. Something's not connected. We're having some troubles. We're not where we should be developmentally. You can get really overwhelmed with that. So one of the things we've been able to do this year because of grants and funds that have been raised by donors, we've brought on a social worker. And so we have a social worker full-time at our center for these hard, situations to navigate. And so our families, as they come in, they can sit down with our social worker at absolutely no cost to them, and she can help connect them. Because a lot of times if you have this issue, you've got 5 others too.
Yeah.
And so she's able to really sit with them, figure out what their needs are, and help connect them where they need help.
So you guys got like a classroom or anything over there in that building?
We do, yes. So we actually have our Ruthven room, thanks to, again, the Ruthvens. We'll talk about them a little more in a second. But we have a room there that serves as a board room. It's a community room. We have classes there. We have American Sign Language classes there that are held, I think, twice a week. We have a beginner and an advanced. We have a stroke support group that we hold there. So we really do, our goal is to be that resource for the community. That's
wonderful. Yeah, I tried to take Spanish when you have to have a foreign language in college. I couldn't pass Spanish. Then I tried Italian. I couldn't pass Italian. I ended up taking sign language. So I learned sign language to graduate college. And then my son and my daughter both loved sign language, so they both took sign language.
That's an amazing skill to have because there are some people that you wouldn't be able to communicate with otherwise, right? Yeah. So that's fantastic.
So the Ruthvens are a very big sponsor. That's
they
fantastic.
Are, yes. They are longtime supporters of the center. They actually, Lauren Clark actually is one of our board members. She told us that the way the Ruthvens got involved is because her grandmother had a stroke. And so they were able to come to the center, and she was able to receive the therapy that she needed to regain her ability to communicate. And so they've been involved ever since. They're very big supporters of the center. They're our presenting sponsor for Mr. Central Florida this year, and we're so grateful to have them.
That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Wonderful to be Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Central Florida. I'm in the presence of the man.
It's greatness. Yes.
So you are at the new Cruise Bank.
Yes.
That's coming out real soon.
So
September.
Can't wait for that. But going back to Mr. Central Florida, nominated twice. Once under my banking name, Scott Katz, and once under my alter ego, the Hebrew Hammer.
All right.
Eventually introduce him, and be the first time Don and Tiffany get to meet my alter ego.
That's all right.
But gonna have a lot of fun trying to raise money. So I'm gonna ask for people to support me, and also try to make the event on October 21st and actually see the Hebrew Hammer come out on stage and do his little dance.
And I see you're supposed to wear like the 20s, the 20s attire. I've always seen the pictures of people doing those parties, and I've always said, wow, it sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know, I'm nervous.
Well, yeah, it's a fun, exclusive party. You got to come check it out. Yeah. So the theme is a speakeasy this year, which we kind of like hit us, and we were like, oh my gosh, a speakeasy for speech and hearing. It's fantastic. So we are going to host a speakeasy. So we have that Roaring 20s theme. 20s attire is encouraged. It's going to be out at the event center at Bonnet Springs Park. Gorgeous venue. We have so many cool things in store for that. So yeah, lots of black and gold and sequins and all the fun stuff for the night of the event. And as Scott alluded to, now I'm thinking we might want 2 leaderboards for you. We might have to have one for Scott and one for the Hebrew Hammer.
That's right. My daughter can make your hammer for you. She does all this kind of stuff. Yeah. So have you picked out your attire yet?
Well, dress attire we're working on, but the attire that I will be coming out on stage will be my Hebrew hammer
Oh, it will be.
Yes.
attire. So
Well,
it'll be
all right.
the first time he'll be appearing on stage in his cape.
That's very exciting.
It's
I'd like to
gonna
see
be
that.
amazing. It'll be
Wow.
Really exciting, and
Yes.
it'll be a lot of fun that night.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So October 21st at Bonnet Springs Park. And what website do we go to if they want to buy tickets?
Sure. So you can go to mrcentralflorida.org, has all the information there. Individual tickets are not on sale just yet. They'll go on sale about October 1st. I will say the best way to guarantee you have a ticket to the event is through a sponsorship, because last year, because of the generosity of donors and sponsors here in town, we sold out with sponsorships before we were able to sell individual tickets.
Wow.
So we have all sorts of levels. We have everything from $500 all the way up to a $15,000 sponsorship for any of our businesses that would like to partner with us. We're able to get them promoted, put some information out on our website, on our social media, and the night of the event. And now, as Scott was alluding to with his Hebrew Hammer performance, the night of the event is so much fun because all of our gentlemen that have stepped up and agreed to raise money and be a contestant for Mr. Central Florida, they get their 60 seconds of fame. So they get to come out. We have a nice little catwalk set up. So they'll come out to the song of their choice.
Wow.
That's a secret. We're going to have
Yes,
to keep that one for
we'll keep
later.
that one quiet.
But they come out to the song of their choice, and they have their one last opportunity to really, for us to honor them and celebrate them and all their hard work throughout their campaign season. But also that last, so if someone comes out and loves Scott, loves his performance, they'll throw more money at him, right? So just to maximize their fundraising efforts the night of the event.
So the Mr. Wonderful is by dollars?
Yes. So Mr. Central Florida is by vote. So every dollar counts as one vote.
Okay.
So Scott will have a leaderboard set up that all of our contestants have peer-to-peer fundraising as well. So if you watch out for social media, he'll have his link up there. You can donate. Everything counts. Everything from $5 all the way up to 500,000. We'll just make it in one fell
That's
swoop, right?
Permanent
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful.
Exactly. Yes. And so at the end of the night, we will crown Mr. Central Florida by who has raised the most money.
That is fantastic. And how many contestants are there going to be? Do you know?
We've got about a dozen contestants right now. So
A dozen.
yeah, some stiff
Competition there,
competition.
my friend.
But we're really excited about
Everybody wins.
it. Everybody wins.
wins.
Everybody wins. The patience of the center. At the end of the day, that's really who wins out of all of this. And these guys, because it really, I've seen this for so many years now, they form this bond. And so you come out of it, and there's people that, when you walked into the room Thursday night for our meet and greet, there were people there that you don't know, and you've been here for 20 years in Lakeland, right? So I always love that side of it, to see the camaraderie, to see the friendly competition. We have a couple, one of our committee chairs and our past winner, they were in the same year. And you don't see those two in the same room without jabbing back and forth a little bit about their Mr. Central Florida year in 2020. It is so much fun. They love each other. They're best of buddies now. And their paths maybe never would have crossed otherwise. Hopefully, because one of them's a deputy sheriff. So I always say, I'm hoping that otherwise I wouldn't have run into you. Glad you're here now. But
These circumstances, not any other
right,
circumstances.
exactly. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to network. It's a great way to really get out there in the community. And anytime you do something like this, you're right, everybody is a winner.
That is wonderful, wonderful here. It sounds like a really good night, and everybody wins.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
we recommend, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to pick Mr. Wonderful here. I'm going to pick Scott. We're going to get as much donations as we
That's
can.
right.
I'm going to watch you walk across that stage and get that video, you with the hammer. We're going to get that. And let's see that face already turning red?
See,
We're going to get that face bright red.
we got the con banker, Scott Katz, that I asked for support.
Right.
But the Hebrew Hammer, the Hebrew Hammer brother,
There you go.
he's gonna come
All
around.
right.
He's looking for support, looking for donations on October 21st.
There you go.
Come on out to Bonnet Springs, meet the Hebrew Hammer in person, support him, send donations, and we'll get your name out there for your business. Just come October 21st and come meet the Hebrew Hammer.
Fantastic.
I mean, if that's not worth the cost of admission right there, I don't know what is.
I absolutely love it, man. I don't want nobody in trouble, so everybody give.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so
absolutely.
much, and we're gonna get this out there. Everybody's gonna see it. I really appreciate you guys' time and let me be a part of it. I really appreciate it.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
you
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
Yes, thank you. It was so
Is there
nice to meet
anything
you.
else?
I think that's it. For more information, you can go to MrCentralFlorida.org. You'll see Scott there on the leaderboard, or I don't know, maybe the Hebrew Hammer. We might
Is there
have
a
to have
running?
both.
Is there a running tab?
There will be a running tab, yeah. So really, technically, we just kicked off fundraising yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay.
So we're
nice
getting
and early.
everything all up and running, yes. And so yeah, but you can give now. The links are open. And so if you want to support the Hebrew Hammer over here, you are welcome to do so. We appreciate every dollar.
Fantastic. Thank you guys very much.
Yes.
God bless. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
You too.
Appreciate it.